Hi, Tubers. Today's practice right now. So today's practice is like big ass cigar. So I want to talk about tobacco studies right now. This is a health-related topic, FYI. So if you're not interested in health-related topics, please click off right now. So basically, I want to talk about tobacco-related health studies. So these are studies, medical research studies that are done on tobacco products, mainly cigarettes, cigars, pipes, and hookah. So and also you have chewing tobacco, dipping tobacco, snus, and snuff, and e-cigarettes. So basically, these are studies that are done on tobacco products and tobacco-related products. And basically, before I get too into it, because this is going to be maybe a little bit longer of a video than I usually do in tobacco news, like the big ass cigar, I want to give a disclaimer. This is my opinion. You have the right to disagree with me. You have the right to give your own opinion on my video, but please be polite. So please be polite and courteous, and don't be rude. Don't be a rude ass like the big ass cigar. So basically, I want to talk about my opinion, and my opinion about tobacco-related studies, medical studies, is most of them, I would say probably the majority of them are positive, and then a majority of them are complete BS. And basically, the studies that are done in cigarettes are 100% accurate, because cigarettes are terrible. They are, you're burning paper, you're burning all these horrible chemicals like formaldehyde, nickel, arsenic, trillium, acetone, formaldehyde. All these horrible chemicals that tobacco companies add, like ammonia, they just dump these chemicals into the tobacco bin and basically slur it up and create cigarettes. So these studies that are done on cigarettes are 100% accurate. They are perfectly accurate, because not only are you inhaling cigarettes, which you don't do with pipes and cigars, you don't inhale pipes and cigars, you're deeply inhaling them into your lungs, and also cigarettes have a ton of shit in them, so big ass cigar for life. And also, in addition to that, cigarettes have paper, which is automatically a carcinogen because you're burning paper, and also, cigarettes have all these horrible additives that make it easier to inhale, make it easier to get a buzz, that kind of stuff. And not to mention, you're smoking a ton of them per day. I mean, the average person goes through 20 to 30 cigarettes per day, while with pipes and cigars, you might only be going through 1 or 2 a day at the most. So, and basically, I want to talk about it. Cigarette studies are 100% accurate, because they are, 100% accurate, because cigarettes are a horrible product and they should be banned. Well, not really, but I mean, you get the point. They're just a terrible product. So, and the second thing I want to say is these studies are on pipe smoking and cigar smoking, and pipe smoking and cigar smoking are incorrect. So, my opinion is it's very hard to what's the word for it? Kind of like, trust these studies, because unfortunately, because cigarettes are so popular in our culture, when people say tobacco, it basically equals cigarettes. I actually made a video about that a couple of years ago, back in 2014, I think it was 2015, basically called tobacco equals cigarettes. When people say tobacco, people automatically think cigarettes, cigs. So, and that is basically unfortunately the case, because cigarettes are the dominant form of tobacco in our society. Most studies that are done on the average pack-a-day Joe Smo cigarette smoker. So, and that's what makes it hard to do studies on pipe smoking and cigar smoking, and that's why you will find conflicting sources when you do Google pipe smoking and cigar smoking, because it's hard to find a study that's done on somebody who is solely a pipe smoker, solely a cigar smoker, not somebody who is dual smoking pipes and cigarettes, or cigars and cigarettes. And it's very hard to find a study on somebody who just smokes a pipe, and just smokes a pipe in moderation. It also gets even more detailed. I mean, you're getting even more complicated, because then you have studies that are on pipe smoking, but it's like, okay, this person is a chain ass, like the big ass cigar pipe smoker who's smoking, 10 bowls a day of tobacco. It's like this is some old, fart like the big ass cigar who's sitting in his rocking chair smoking 10, 12 bowls a day. And obviously he's going to get mouth cancer, because you're exposing yourself to so much smoke. And then obviously you have studies that are done on pipe smoking and cigar smoking, but they're done on people who inhale, which obviously the vast majority of people do not inhale pipes and cigars, even though a lot of studies are done on people who inhale pipes and cigars. So it's hard to find a study that's done on somebody who smokes, say, 1 pipe a day and does not inhale, or 1 cigar, 1 or 2 cigars a week and does not inhale. So it's hard to find a study on somebody who's a moderate pipe and cigar smoker, and it's hard to find a reliable source, because obviously cigarettes are the dominant form of tobacco, and people are pissed about cigarettes because they're costing us, $200 billion a year, not to mention the, numerous dozens of occasions where somebody's flicked a cigarette into dry brush. It's caused an apartment fire, it's caused a brush fire, it's caused a wildfire. Sorry, I'm sick right now. And all the anger and the hatred towards cigarettes, the dirty smoke smell, the smell in people's clothes, the smell in the ashtray, that dirty cigarette smell. It's very hard to get past all that BS and propaganda that is, stem from people who, hate the smell of dirty cigarettes, hate the smell, and believe me, as somebody who does not smoke cigarettes myself and hasn't smoked cigarettes for the better part of a decade, believe me, I hate the smell of cigarettes. I hate the smell of dirty cigarettes. I hate the smell of a dirty cigarette ashtray. I hate the smell of somebody burning a cigarette near me. I hate the sensation or the thought of somebody throwing a cigarette in a dry brush. I hate cigarettes on the ground, littering all over the ground. And that's unfortunate because cigarettes are the dominant form of tobacco in our society. It's very hard to find a study that's done on, solely pipe and cigar smoking, because most studies, and this is the truth of it, most tobacco-related studies, when they come to things like cancer and heart disease and emphysema, COPD, when they come to things like, stroke, heart attack, high blood pressure, that kind of stuff, diabetes, most studies we're going to find are done on the average pack and a half a day cigarette smoker who is your average Joe Schmo. So that's where most studies are being done on. And the reason that's true is because that's your average person. Your average cigarette smoker is your average pack a day cigarette smoker who's smoking a pack to pack and a half a day. And unfortunately, it's very it's very hard to find a study on people who are moderate pipe and cigar smokers who don't inhale, who don't smoke cigarettes, who do in moderation, who are not smoking, chemical-laced tobacco, that kind of stuff. So it's also hard to get past the propaganda. It's also hard to get past people's emotions. People who have lost a loved one to smoking-related illness. People who have, unfortunately, seen, somebody flick a cigarette and cause an entire wildfire, cause an apartment fire, that kind of stuff, or a house fire. It's also hard to get past, the dirty smell of the cigarettes, that kind of stuff. And obviously, I'm not trying to hate on cigarettes. I mean, people who I know plenty of people in the YouTube pipe smoking and cigar smoking community are also cigarette smokers. That's your personal choice. You're over 18 or you're 21. It's really your choice if you want to be a pipe or cigar smoker and a cigarette smoker. I mean, it's tobacco, so I mean, it's a tobacco product. And while it's not really a really good tasting tobacco product or something I would ever recommend smoking, it is a tobacco product, so if you want to smoke it, it's your choice. And obviously, then you obviously have the whole hatred around, minor smoking, people who say, well, they're advertising to kids, they're trying to get kids to smoke. And obviously, tobacco products should be only for people who are over 18, over 21. Like me, I'm 26 years old for the last time. So anyway, it's a long and complicated story, so I'm not going to get too into it. I'm not going to make this video like 20 minutes long, but it's very hard to find a study. And the reason this is what I'm going to end on, is the reason I don't believe most studies on pipes and cigars is I believe most of them are heavily influenced by people who hate cigarettes with a frickin' passion. Big ass cigar for life. So, not going to use the F word, but you get the point. Anyway, your thoughts, bye. Big ass cigar for life. That's my thoughts, bye.